if this was GT, this would you wouldn't allow this. You would have to put a code to do this. Yeah, this is Sudan, and check out my crib. But look at these cubes, man. Oh, hey SOOKA, come in. Oh, thank you. Sweet. This is the only way to make some coffee. I was very much into my instant coffee, and at some point in life you give in and you go into like the espresso way of life, and it's not as tedious as people think it is, but it's very relaxing in fact. An Indian album that I would listen to for production, I've actually a bunch of answers for that one. Can I give you like my top three? Yes, I can go for. I would go for Outlast by Tejas Menon. I think that's like one of my favorite albums that's come out of India. I would go for, funnily, I don't listen to a lot of hip hop, but Tabia by Prabdeep. I think it's one of my all-time favorites out of the scene, and probably something like probably like any record by Sand Dunes. I think any record that Sand Dunes puts out is like usually my favorite. So I think I'd go for those three. I bought this coffee machine so that I don't spend a lot of money on like buying coffee online. Like otherwise I used to order like coffee every single day. I saved up a bunch of money now that I have this, and I make coffee. And now I spend money on ice and I order ice. But look at these cubes, man. This is where it's at. But yeah, don't let her see this. That's. This is how I usually like it. This is like a Vietnamese iced coffee. I hope you like it. Yeah, go for it. You guys want to head outside? Come. This is where I spend most of my time thinking. It's my favorite place to just pace around in the night, just clear my thoughts. It's my favorite thing to do. Albums that I go back to listen to the bass lines. Interesting. Considering I've been in such a producer mindset where I try not to think of individual things. Like I almost make it a point that I'm not trying to focus on one thing and I'm trying to listen to like the whole thing. I usually go back and listen to a bunch of Michael Jackson songs for some reason, like those iconic synth bass lines. I think nothing beats it. An album that made me start writing more, probably Glory soundtrack by John Bellion. I think even though I consider him as a producer first, his songwriting is incredibly well. Like he does it so well, it almost made me also think in that direction where I don't have to stick to just production, and I can also dive deeper into like doing the whole thing. That's definitely like a big inspiration. Check out the studio. Let's go. This is Sudan, and check out my crib. Yeah, so this is where most of the things happen, and this is also where I spend about like 15 hours in a day, and this is my station. This is where I'm usually looking at. I have some really cool things in the studio that I can't live without, and it's actually none of the instruments. I think those are replaceable somehow. I can live without the instruments, but like this is like one of my favorite things in the studio. This is my band, the Bad Posture Quartet. I think the name is self-explanatory. I think I don't have to mention And that's like a second one that one of my best friends, like Frizzell, she gifted it to me recently. Like, as you can see, like these guitars, I'm running out of walls to keep the guitars at this point. And I think this is the guitars is like one thing I'm really passionate about, because it's the first instrument that I picked up like 12 years ago or something. And I would say like the most important part in this studio is this I don't know, some sort of receipt that I'm using to hold the volume knob up, otherwise it doesn't work. Like the guitar just wouldn't work without this. So I think this is the most important piece of gear in the studio. How often do I use splice for loops and just in general for my production? Quite often actually. But in terms of, like, you won't be able to trace it back in that sense. Like, and that's not from a moral or ethical standpoint. It's more to do with it's a long one. There's an analogy that goes with it. This is like, you could order food from Zomato and get it in 5 minutes and eat it. Simple life, easy life, essential. It's good. Cooking your own food has a different love attached to it. Same thing. I could get 5 splice things, make it into a song, and that goes up, and that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. But when I make my own guitar loop, when I make my own drum sound, the love that I'm adding to it, you just can't get that from splice, and there's nothing wrong with doing either of it. I just prefer to have, like, some days I feel like eating outside and I would order from Zomato. Some days I would feel like, nah man, I want to cook my own food and do it that way. I think it's the same that goes here. I usually try and do something new when I'm doing like the live version of any song, because it gives it more context of the live element of it. And I don't know what I was up to, but I was just messing around, and I started riffing randomly, and it turned into like some like. And I just played this to my band, and they did their magic on this, and this became such a fun part of the live set. And I don't think it would have ever come across if it wasn't for this push. Like, if it wasn't for this device, I wouldn't have gone from this melody into, like, I don't have any other means to create something chopped up like this other than having like a device, like a physical device. So I think every piece of gear, including this one, serves such a different purpose in my process, which is, I wouldn't say it's not replaceable, but it definitely adds to my process in a way where I wouldn't have done it otherwise. So I think this push has become a non-negotiable in my live set and in my process. I use like transient shaping quite a lot. If I just do like, and if I turn it to like a time, like how that just like that's a cheat code. Like if this was GTA, this would you wouldn't allow this. You would have to put a code to do this. All right, I'm gonna start by recording like one note of my own voice, and you're gonna see how that goes. What we're gonna do now is just take that into our, like, turn that into like a sample of its own. Let's see. Yeah, that's my voice. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try something. Sure. Waiting patiently for something that's
meant to be. Tomorrow I might be somewhere where the night hurts, but the days bleed too. Oh my God, I'm hopelessly falling for you. My God, I'm hopelessly falling. Oh my God, I'm hopelessly falling for you. My God, I'm hopelessly falling.